I'd like to bring on Joel Gilbert to discuss this. He's the author of the book Michelle Obama 2024, Her Real Life Story and Plan for Power, and director of the documentary Michelle Obama 2024. Joel, thanks so much for being with us. It's great to have you.
Thanks. Great to be here.
Of course. So the current occupant of the White House, Joe Biden, has already announced his re-election campaign for 2024. So how does Michelle Obama factor in here? Does this mean Biden wouldn't actually run?
Yeah, I think Biden essentially threw up a video, a 3-minute video, pretty much in reaction to RFK Jr. announcing. I think he was just trying to freeze the field so no one else would join. I've been following the Obamas for years, and I noticed that Michelle Obama, really for the past 4 years, has been following the exact same formula that Barack did to become president. Barack had a voter registration organization called Project Vote in Chicago. Michelle started a voter registration organization called When We All Vote for the past 4 or 5 years. She's been running it. Barack was the keynote speaker for John Kerry at the Democrat convention in 2004. Michelle was the keynote speaker and introduced Joe Biden at the 2020 convention. And lastly, Barack based his candidacy on his personal story, his book, Dreams from My Father. Michelle has now written 2 autobiographies, Becoming and now The Light We Carry. They're both now on Netflix as well. So I think she's positioned herself in a very high profile, and the Democrat Party has really set it up for her to win the nomination. They moved the primary from Iowa to South Carolina, which Michelle calls an adopted home state because her grandparents are from South Carolina, and half the Democrat Party primary electorate are African American. And then the Democrat convention's in Chicago, hometown of Michelle. So I think it's all been set up. And I expect Biden will drop out for any number of reasons, probably late in the summer.
Yeah, wow, that's fascinating. It seems like they are certainly following that same formula there. What aspects of Michelle Obama's presidential run in 2024 should concern conservatives the most? I know you've looked deeply into this, so tell us what we should be aware of, other than the obvious.
Yeah, Michelle's been promoting for years. She's been trying to appeal to women and especially minority groups with these phony stories of racial slights. She likes to talk about how she was held back in life and suffered racial discrimination growing up. So my movie and film and book, I actually went to Chicago, talked to her high school and elementary school classmates, teachers, her mother, boyfriends. A whole different picture emerges. Michelle was a very privileged kid from a political family. Her father was a precinct captain working for the Democrat Party machine in Chicago. And she talks about, even openly in the book, being in fear of black people. She was afraid of getting beat up. They would beat her up for acting white and talking white. She got in a fight with a girl who called her an Oreo, meaning you're black on the outside, but you're really a white girl. So she always ran away from the black community for education, high school, elementary. And then she had jobs in Chicago working for Democrat Party elites. The mayor of Chicago, she was the planning commissioner assistant, and she knocked down 20,000 homes of the poor black people at Cabrini Green. And then the University of Chicago Medical Center hired Michelle to be their front man, or front woman rather, for the hospital because too many blacks were showing up from the South Side that didn't have insurance and cost them about $50 million a year. So Michelle was hired for something called the South Side Health Collaborative. If you're black and you showed up in the hospital without insurance, she would ship you out to these clinics in a van. So Michelle denied health care access to poor blacks in Chicago, and she knocked down their homes and told them it'll be good for you. So she spent her career really exploiting the black community and her childhood afraid of them. So to add insult to injury as a politician, she's trying to pretend to be one of these ordinary black folks that she spent her life taking advantage of. So I think Republicans, if I were Donald Trump, first thing I would do is say, Michelle, are you going to apologize for what you did to the black community in Chicago? Are you going to tell us how much money you made working for the white liberal elites to discriminate against the black community? And that'll open up the whole discussion.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.